What's good? It's Chigozie, Monday, October 8th, 2018, and we're going to look at the comedy skit put on by the Freemasons, starring this theatrical actor, Mason Crosby. And you heard me correctly. If you're some Packer fan, some NFL fan, you've made it to this video. Before we continue, I'm not lying, I'm not making a metaphor. This guy is a complete stage actor. The entire game world of NFL is a complete script manufactured by the Freemasons, the Scottish Rite Freemasons in high places. And what they do is put on numerical rituals every single day. And they love to sync them up with their actors. So we'll see Mason Crosby. When was he born? September 3rd, 1984. He is 34 years old right now. So on the 5th week of him being 34 is the game. Missing 5 kicks by the numbers. Do you understand how you're watching a play now? When, every video I call these people actors, they're deceiving you. This is what I mean. All they do is do what the Jewish Kabbalists tell them to do: act, deceive, distract, so they can pull off combos of their favorite numbers. Mason 28. That's what they got. Mason number 2 and number 8 as their kick holder. I know it's not the name of it. You see, this is a riddle. Mason Crosby. He has number 8 holding the ball for him, and he wears number 2. And you see how it's 5 weeks from his 34th birthday. And why, when he's 34 years old, they pull off this riddle? Because the word murder equals 34. M's the 13th letter, 1 plus 3 is 4. Use the 21st, 2 plus 1 is 3. So you apply that to each letter, that's a double digit. Add everything together, 34. Very clear ritual by the numbers. Crosby also equals 28, 82. And again, you literally just go type in Mason Crosby, you click images, you get a bunch of propaganda photos of him with number 8. And I guarantee you, if you do number 8's birth numerology, you'd see how many days they're born apart, which I kind of want to do in this video. We can see how many days they're born apart from each other. That'll be very interesting. They're all synced up. Maste. Oh, Tim Maste. I know him. He's another actor for the Freemasons. But you see that. Crosby 82-28. All you see is 82-28 too. So we'll look both of them up, see how far their birthdays are apart, just for a nice comprehensive look as to how the NFL is coded crap. I mean, this is what I mean, because people are like, oh, well, if it's so scripted, how can you call like every single game? It's like, that makes no sense. It's completely rigged. I'm showing you how the entire lives of these people, everything they do is by the script. The games match by their numbers. I mean, it's undeniable that this is a bunch of baloney. You need to stop watching it. They're stealing our manpower. Instead of fighting back this gang, people are wasting their time watching these fake sports. So, Mr. March 16th birthday, Mason Crosby, September 3rd, 93, Saturn 93. Let's see how many days they're born apart. 171 days. That's the 18 strangler number. 18. Very special number. Sun 18. Mass Day. I'm just showing you a few more examples of how these people are coded and how you can further decode them. Mass Day equals 39. Saturn 93, Sun 18, both keepers of time. Who's born 3/9? I said before we saw this, they're going to be linked up. Mason Crosby, born 3/9, and his place kicker, name sums you 39. That's what I mean by this all synced up coded propaganda. And again, Saturn 93, Saturn 21, Saturn 42. It's a Saturnian ritual. Green Bay, 139. The 34th prime, he's 34 years old. Freemasonry, 139. 77, theater, Judaism, 7 times 7 is 49. Packers, 28. Packers, 28. Their kicker combo is number 2 and 8. This is what I mean, how you just see how fun this can be. You see how easy this can be. Just take your favorite team, play around with this, and see how they all connect. And that's what I'm saying. They do this on purpose. These are skits. These are 2 theatrical actors playing it out, mocking you. And they have some Freemason take a perfect photo. Again, Crosby, 82, 28. Packers, 28. Israel, 28. And this 171 days apart, again, that's the sum of numbers 1 through 18 gives you 171. Also, that 5 months, 18 days looks a lot like 58, like Freemasonry. There's more here, including the end date. And I'm sure some of us can see anything now, but that's not the full brunt of it. It's not the full brunt of it. But there you go. I hope this enlightens you more about the world of fake sports. 193rd pick, the 44th prime. 193rd pick for who? The Packers. You say Mason Crosby is the 193rd pick. They're representing 44. And Packers equals 28. Him and his Timastic combo. 390 punts. That's to keep these stats up for this coding. 163, the 38th prime, and 87. Again, his name is used in the alphabetical order. Sums to 87. His last name. Born in 87. Oh, are you kidding me? You see this? He wears number 8 and 7. This the NFL is coded bullshit crap from this gang of Zionist Jew Kabbalists, Scottish Rite Freemasons, and the Jesuit Order. I say it every single video, and every single time I just freestyle through their propaganda, their actors. You see this? And honestly, I could be wrong on this, but I've been seeing this ongoing shame the ginger narrative in football, mainly with Andy Dalton, the QB of the Bengals, always just doing the most ridiculous things, that type of stereotypical programming, which is I think is disgusting how they even perpetuate stuff like that. But anyway, Tim Master probably part of all that, but born in 87. Numbers 8 and 7. His name sums you 87. This is by numbers propaganda. And I just kind of want to see his birth numerology. And then we'll see the kicker's birth numerology and see, Packers 44. Born a date with a lifeless number of 44. That's why he was drafted to the Packers by the numbers. This is what they do. The drafts are fake. When you say, I can't wait to see the draft, I want to watch the draft. If you have ever watched the draft, you have watched a theatrical play put on by this Jewish Kabbalist network. You might as well have gone to the local theater and watched the play. You have done the same exact thing, just not at home behind the TV. So also notice how he was born with 125 numerology, Thelema 125, 44. Thelema coding pairing with Packers, and it's also then more of a non-surprise how him and the kicker born the 18th triangular number apart. And I know I'm going to forget if I don't mention it now. His first name is Tim Mastate, Tim 4239. It's his Saturn number, Saturn 21, Moon 1551. This all goes back through time and judgment. death, but mainly time, especially in this ritual. So Mason Crosby's birth numerology. See the birth numerology behind this man. Born a date with a life lesson number of 34, so only 5 weeks from his 34th birthday. He's participating in his propaganda. Notice how Mr. born on 9/3, September 3rd is also a day with 119 days remaining. This was crafted on purpose. This pairing, the Gregorian calendar, was made by the Jesuit order, Jesuit 84, the Jesuit order 84. He's one of their actors, one of their born-to-be actor agents. Both of these men are. So we get 93 and 119. Numbers for Saturn. Francis Bacon takes into account the capital letter. So you add 26 per capital letter. Not a coincidence at all whatsoever. And that's why Tim Mastey syncs up well with this. I'm sure you can link the entire team together, but maybe not as easy as just keep it simple. You can do every other team, link the kicker with the other kicker. The two actors who hold the ball whenever they kick these field goals and all sorts of other bullshit propaganda you see on the game. If you watch football, it's easy to see the rituals going on once you open your eyes. Packers kicker Mason Crosby's anomaly in life leads to 5 misses and loss to Lions. Anomaly, but if it's an anomaly, then why is it 5 weeks from his birthday? That's what I'm here to argue. Why is it 5 weeks from his birthday? It's also 35 days from his birthday, and Tim Mastey born it with 35 numerology. Thelema 35/28. They have to pair them with the 35 because they're both the 2 and 8. The numbers in Thelema. Pairing Thelema with Saturn. This is a perfect example for the Saturnian Thelemic pairing. Thelema, the occult religion that the NFL adheres to, sums to 28. They honor the number 93. Saturn sums to 93. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, sums to 64, 35, like Thelema. Plenty more pairings. That's why we have the February 26, 1993 bombing. Well, that one's just another. Let me just show you that one. If you read up 200, 26, you get 93. But understand, Israel's paired with this a lot. Saturn, Thelemic pairing, and we get, again, this is 35 days from his birthday. And then we get 2 and 8. Thelema 28. 82, like Crosby. Packers 28. Only thing I knew in advance before this video is that this was 5 weeks from his birthday and that there were these particular pictures of the propaganda. I didn't make the 28 connection or any of that until I was like, oh, let's look at more. I'm trying to show you that you can just, like, how you can think when you're looking at this and be able to piece things together. It's very easy to do. I do it all the time. I'm doing it now. And you can do the simple things. Kicker. Why is kicker used in this propaganda? 42-30. That's what they're using. 57-105. Saturn, moon numbers inside this ritual, as I've been saying this whole time. So we get kicker, 57-30, 105, 42. Moon, 57, 15. Saturn, 42. You see, they pair them all together. 57, 30. I'll show you 30. S is the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 is 10, so reducing S only once is sums to 30. So you get 30, 69. You don't have that in kicker, but you get the 105 because they're trying to represent 15 and a reflection of 51, and then 42 like Saturn. Overlapping propaganda. And one more time, this is with Mr. 2 and Mr. 8. Thelema 28. I didn't even say the date numerology of that game, but I mean, they do this every game anyway. Wow. And that game was a life lesson number of 28. Do you get how it's just a big Masonic comedy show every single time? On, on a date with a life lesson number of 28 and 35 numerology, National Football League equals 85 day with 85 days remaining. Sacrifice 46, 55, kill 28, 17. So kill sacrifice numbers. Chaos 46, 19. Definitely a chaos for the team. So you see how they pair these and bleed them in with the fact that it's Packers 28. We have Mr. 2, Mr. 8 missing 5 kicks. Insights of propaganda. And I understand, if you're out 5, you get 42, like Saturn, 21, like Saturn. See? Bullshit, fake news propaganda. They are too theatrical actors. Also, some to 42 because V is the 22nd prime number. See, I'm so ecstatic at this example, I don't even know what I'm saying. V is not the 22nd prime number. V is the 22nd letter. 22 is the master builder number. So you don't need to reduce it because it's the multiple 11. You don't need to reduce the master numbers. So reducing everything else, you see how it sums to 42. Hope I didn't confuse anyone there. But when I see examples like this, it's just like, because I know it's one step closer to showing the world what's going on, that sports are fake. Remember, this is also exactly 34 days. This is what I mean when they use the span. You saw they were doing it 5 weeks. It was 35 days. It's also exactly 30, so up until the day. So not counting the end date, not counting the date of the game. It's exactly 34 days from Mason Crosby's birthday and 4 weeks and 6 days. Sacrifice 46, murder 34, on a date with 46 numerology. And that's what I mean. Like and it's the 280th day of the year. I can't believe I didn't see this. The 280th day of the year, day with a lifeless number of 28, Mr. 2 and Mr. 8. Putting on this propaganda event. Just ask yourself of all the days in their entire career. Because it's not every single day. I say this all the time. It's not every single day. On the 280th day of the year, it's a lifeless number of 28, and it has this date numerology. This is a once in a blue moon event. So the federal government's going to pay tribute to that inside this propaganda. That's all football is, a bunch of propaganda. They even allude to what's going on in the news propaganda. Kneeling in their national anthem, you know what I'm talking about. It's a propaganda show. I still can't believe that he wears 2 and he wears 8. That seals this entire thing. They even have the 87 up here again. Mass Day 87. He's number 8 and number 7. I can't get over how scripted this is. I honestly cannot get over it. And you just notice, you type in Mason Crosby and you get a majority of pictures of him and Mass Day 2 and 8. That's how it always is. It's a big occult ritual. Big thelemic ritual from the federal government. 82. Crosby 82. So I really hope people are enjoying this video because I'm really liking this. Also notice how it wasn't just 5 kicks. It was 4 field goal attempts and then another type of kick. The extra point. So that's 4 and 1, 41, and another one was a 41-yarder, the 13th prime. That's also the number for Super Bowl. And this is definitely some Super Bowl predictive programming. If I recall correctly, it's 119 from. We'll look at it, but it just shows another Saturnian riddle between that and the Super Bowl. I mean, someone will still watch this video and be like, Mason Crosby's not an actor. He's just 119 days from the Super Bowl. And exactly 17 weeks. Again, it was a day with 17 numerology, kill 17, 28. So it's going to be negative propaganda. 119, the name on a day with 119 days from the Super Bowl. And remember, Mason Crosby born on a date with 119 days remaining. On 9/3. So Saturn 93, Saturn 119, 119 days from the Super Bowl. This big Saturnian thelemic ritual went on. And why again was it 5? 5 weeks from his birthday with the 5 attempts? Because if you're out of 5, you get 42, the number for Saturn. Again, this is a breakdown brought to you by the Green Bay Packers. Clearly, they did this. Again, their logo's the G. They make sure to show you the G and all their propaganda, the Freemasons with the G. But this is clearly from the Green Bay Packers, which is this One World Order Scottish Rite Freemasonic network. I'm just showing you as I see it. This is how I interpret it, and guess what? It's absolutely the truth. There's no way this is not what they're doing. Missed an extra point with 9:01 left. So you see how we have, if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way up to 13, so the sum of numbers 1 through 13 gives you 91. And then 41 is the 13th prime. And they have them paired here inside this propaganda. Very interesting how they try to program how 13 is an unlucky number. Very unlucky day for Mason Crosby and Tim Maskey. So the number 13, 91, the 13th triangle number, 41, the 13th prime. Pairing it inside their propaganda. ESPN's a bunch of bullshit. Bleacher Report's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, before we go, I gotta show you this picture. Look at this shit. Look at Mason Crosby. See how staged this is? And they make sure, of all the people, they make sure you see the G just right here. This is CNN's propaganda. Bleacher Report, CNN's the same thing. This was also against the Lions. I'll go back to that. I'm going to jump around. But why is it against Michigan? Michigan, 46. Sacrifice, 46. 4 and 6 from his birthday. 4 weeks, 6 days. On a date with 46 numerology. And also 107. It's also 107, the 28th prime number. October 7th is just 107. That's the 28th prime. Packers, Crosby, all that. 2 and 8. I just don't think I'll ever get over how it's 2 and 8. Like, this all syncs up so hard already. And then if all the numbers, I just, you know what I'm saying? I just don't get how that happens and someone can't admit that sports are fake. Number 2 and 8 doing all this. Day with life lesson number 28, 280th day of the year. So against Michigan, 44 also like Packers. See how Detroit sums to 44. Packers sums to 44. Detroit also sums to 91, just like that kick that they had that didn't go out so well. 9:01 left. Devontae Adams, and this is how this video gets longer. You can decode Devontae Adams. I would love to do all this, but I'm just trying to package this all in a decent amount of time. But this is synced up with his birthday. There might be a part 2 if someone really wants to see. You can do the homework, link up with Devontae Adams, and synced up with him. He's just another actor for the Freemasons. Lions with the Saturn numbers too, 69, 30 is undeniable. Saturn 42, 69, 30. That's why it's against the Lions. Detroit Lions 74 killing times 61 74 or times 61 47 pi 16. This is a time ritual. Well, let's just wrap this up. I can do this literally all day long. Oh, one last part. The score summed to 54 points. 54 points. Mason Crosby sums to 45. The reflection of 54. 45, the sum of Saturn magic square. It's the 9th triangular number. So sum of numbers 1 through 9 gives you 45. Time equals 1. Oh man, I should have just done this at the way beginning. So this whole time, it was great. I'm doing this at the end. It's actually great. I'm doing this at the end. So this whole time I'm telling you it's time ritual, time, Saturn, Sun. That's why it's 107. They're born 171 days apart. The 18th triangular number. Look at what Mason Crosby sums to in time. Mason Crosby sums to 144 using the alphabetical order. In the Jewish cipher, which is heavily based on the Latin alphabet, time sums to 144. Light sums to 144. Sign 144. These are all related things. 1440 minutes in a day. 12 hours in the AM, 12 hours in the PM. 12 times 12 is 144. I was blown away. His name sums to 144. Come on. He is an actor. He is a fake news propagandist. And you're believing all of his bullshit. If you really like the Packers, following what he's doing. Emotionally drained about the loss because he was told to miss all those. His name also sums to the 17th triangular number. The sum of numbers 1 through 17 gives you 153. There was 17 numerology and 107. Again, that's the 28th prime, October 7th. Mason Crosby participated in this bullshit propaganda. So, I hope you liked this video. NFL coach says penalties were a joke. They absolutely are. It was a practical joke put on by the Freemasons, and you might have fallen for it if you believe in the shit. You know, 41, all the 41s they had. Bogus calls, bogus. 64 like Thelema, 19, Chaos 19, 71, a reflection of 17. Same pattern, and all the propaganda. That's why they're emphasizing this, and that's why they're by these same numbers and patterns I was talking about this entire time. You know, 222, order out of chaos, as above, so below, 222, and this is a Saturnian ritual. You know, they're doing that on purpose. Coding all this by the numbers. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.